Hello there. Today I'm lucky enough to be in Saint Emilion as part of my tastings for the 2024 en-primeurs in Bordeaux, and the wine I'm looking at today is a Saint Emilion Grand Cru Classé, and this is Chateau Bellevue. And the tiny Chateau Bellevue is almost a sort of a garagiste wine, but at the same time you think of garagistes as being a modern concept. The estate here has been owned since 1642 by the ancestors of the Pradel de Lavaux family who now run it. So Gaston Lacaze evidently was the founder here, as I say, in 1642 built the chateau. And the chateau is built, I believe, built of and built into the limestone that comprises the terroir here on this hillside with such a beautiful view we have here behind me. The vineyards here are entirely planted to Merlot. They actually have some incredible plots of 200-year-old Merlot here. I wasn't aware that such old vines actually existed in Saint What Axel, who runs the property, tells me is that the limestone gives an elegance and a perfume to the Merlot that they make here. And certainly I'd say that sort of elegance is very much the signature of Chateau Bellevue. So looking at the wine, what have we got here? We've got a wine here that has a medium to deep intensity of quite dark ruby red. There's a slight purple note to the colour. Swelling it, the wine has about 13% alcohol. Yeah, it is forming some tears on the glass there quite readily. So let's see what we make of the aroma, shall we? The wine has a lovely, harmonious, soft sort of compote of red fruits. There's a ripe plum note. There's hints of raspberry, and that raspberry note is enhanced by the sort of the spiciness that's coming through. The wine's aged in oak, 30% of it in new French oak, 20% of it in a new French oak foudre that they've just bought, and the remaining 50% in barriques that have been used for one season previously. Again, the harmony that's on the nose continues through into the palate. There's a lovely smooth, velvety texture. The tannins really don't stand out. The texture I'm getting is of really ripe red cherries. There's something of that glycerol note that you've got in the fruit ripeness that's coming through. There's a lovely freshness. The freshness should give the wine stability and the ability to age. The wine has a medium body, and the tannins have some nice grip, but they're not astringent. And I'm still having some difficulty processing that fact. To me, they seem like the wines are quite light, and maybe a little voice inside of me, a little Robert Parker-derived voice, is saying, this wine needs to be bigger and richer. But actually, it's elegant, it's fresh, it's got a lovely intensity of flavours, it's got good tannic density, it's got some grip, but none of that's harsh. The alcohol being that little bit lower, it's showing off a lovely perfume on the finish. There's sort of dancing, lively notes of mulberries, raspberries, and almost a sort of a lifted floral violet note coming through again almost. It's a very attractive wine. It'll probably gain a little bit more structure as it's likely to stay in oak for another 8 months or 10 months or so. But I think this is a very pretty wine that shows that, okay, it may not be the ideal wine to age for 30, 40 years, but over 10, 15 years, 20 years, it should give some really lovely drinking. One of the things about the 2024 vintage is that pricing is likely to be advantageous. And if this wine is available at an attractive price, I think it would be well worth considering. So thank you so much for watching the tasting. I do hope you find it of interest. If you do please press the like button, that would be fantastic. If you wanted to watch more of these tastings, it would be great if you'd sign up and subscribe to our channel, and that way you can set yourself an alert and you can make sure you don't miss any, because you can be notified when we publish a new tasting. If you have friends you think might like to watch it, do please pass it on to them. If you have any comments, please pop those in the comments box below. We'll try and respond to those. We really do love to hear what you think about the wines we're looking at, the tastings we're doing, or anything else that relates to that. I will leave a link in the comments box below to the Wine Searcher webpage for this vintage of this wine. That's once it becomes available to buy, probably in May. You'll be able to follow that and you'll find out who's distributing it and at what price, and hopefully you can make an informed decision as to whether you're interested in purchasing it. So thank you very much for watching, and I do hope you'll join me as I carry on around Bordeaux over the next week or so and try more of the en-primeur wines. Till I see you again, bye for now.